My next patron question is from the Ocean Hunter, who was curious about Disney's handling of one of its recently acquired franchises. As we all know, Disney's been heavily marketing Star Wars alongside its original content, and the reason why, of course, is because of Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm, and thus it now owns Star Wars. However, Lucasfilm is also responsible for the Indiana Jones franchise, so that technically means that Disney also owns Indiana Jones. There was a stunt show at Walt Disney World and a ride at Disneyland, but those were opened long before Disney even bought Lucasfilm, and I find it very peculiar that Disney has hardly done anything with Indiana Jones. Disney has neither made any new attractions, nor does it even have character meetings at its parks. The Indiana Jones movies are not even available on the Disney Plus streaming service. To sum it all up, why has Disney practically ignored Indiana Jones after it acquired Lucasfilm? Is it somehow less important or less marketable than Star Wars? As a big fan of Indiana Jones, it is surprising Disney has not capitalized on the series as much as they've done with Star Wars. It is the second most recognizable Lucasfilm property after all, and Disney does own the rights to the character and any future usage of him. Although something important to note is they actually don't own the rights to the first 4 movies. The rights to them remain with Paramount Pictures. The same applies to the Young Indiana Jones television series. So unless Disney makes a deal with Paramount, don't expect to see them on Disney Plus anytime soon. Paramount's original contract with Lucasfilm, ironically signed with Michael Eisner back when he was running that studio, stated they would have exclusive rights to any sequels. However, some years back, Disney signed a new deal with Paramount giving them the rights to produce sequels, which is why Disney is releasing Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny this summer. However, Paramount will still receive a percentage of the box office from that movie. It's similar to the agreement they made over the rights to The Avengers and Iron Man 3, which made Paramount a decent amount of money after those movies grossed over $1 billion. Even though it took until this year for a new Indiana Jones film to be released, it has not been for lack of trying. Harrison Ford, in particular, has always been enthusiastic about playing the role again, at least one more time. The 5th movie was finally announced in 2016, with Steven Spielberg directing and David Koepp working on the script. However, it stuck around in development for a while with different writers being assigned, and then it was revealed Spielberg would serve as merely a producer on the film, with James Mangold directing instead. Then the pandemic happened, which delayed things even more, until principal photography finally began in 2021. It seems the focus has mainly been on getting Indiana Jones 5 off the ground over anything else. The next obvious question is why there have not been any streaming shows for Disney Plus like there have been for Star Wars. I think Indy is a little trickier because so much of the focus is on one character, while Star Wars has an entire galaxy to explore. Plus, Lucas already did a show with a younger Indy, although they could always revive that series with a new child or teenage actor continuing the role. I think what a lot of people would be really interested in right now is a show about a grown-up short round. There's so much adoration surrounding Ke-Huy Quan after his comeback performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Lucasfilm must have noticed that, especially now that he's won an Oscar. Quan has also said that he would love to reprise the role. We never find out what happened to Short Round after the events of Temple of Doom, as he's not mentioned in any of the other films. A series where we catch up with him and see him go on adventures of his own will be wonderful to see, and I would be shocked if there have not been discussions about potentially doing this at Lucasfilm and Disney. Regarding the lack of Indiana Jones' presence in the parks outside of the already existing attractions, it is indeed surprising. There's so much you can do with it ride-wise, although I can see them bring in meet-and-greet characters when Dial of Destiny opens, like what they do with the Marvel movies. I would definitely be in support of Disney doing more with Indiana Jones, but I understand they wanted to focus on getting this 5th film off the ground first, and then seeing what other opportunities could arise. The first 4 movies remain popular and widely viewed, with new generations continuing to discover them, so Disney is in no danger of there not being an audience for new adventures set in the world of our favorite archaeologist. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see Disney do with Indiana Jones, and thank you for your question, Ocean Hunter.